Good morning and welcome to Cooking with Carmen. Today we're going to make a Moroccan lamb tagine with dates. We've bought some locally sourced lamb from about 20 minutes away. So lamb leg steaks.
Lamb steaks. And yes, they're lamb steaks. So if anyone's around who's worried about us eating steaks, they are lamb steaks. Lamb.
So what we're going to do, we're going to try and get this in the slow cooker, and then we'll come back later this afternoon when it will be ready. So first of all, I've chopped some onions. You can use brown onions, white onions, or purple onions. I only had purple. Some fresh garlic chopped. We've got a spice mix here, which is a ras al hanout, which is a teaspoon a teaspoon and a half of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of ginger, a half a teaspoon of cardamom, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, some cloves, 2 teaspoons of cumin, and a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, which is under here somewhere, and a bit more cumin because I like cumin and I like the flavour of cumin. We've got some dried dates. We're going to put all of this in together in the slow cooker. So let's get cooking. So our onions and garlic are going into the slow cooker first of all. We've just got the slow cooker on sauteing. Once the onions are coated with the oil, I'll just let them cook for a minute because it's in the slow cooker and it's going to be in there for about 6 hours. Okay, we're just getting the lamb steaks out. They smell really fresh, really delicious. Because we're slow cooking, we want to actually leave the meat in quite large pieces because it will shrink. It smells really fresh.
And you keep the fatty bits on?
Yep, it all stays on because fat is...
No fatty bits for someone standing behind you?
No, none for Connie. Sorry, Connie. Maybe you can have some fish later. The fat creates a lot of flavour, so we want to keep the fat on. There's no need, because they're steaks, there's no need to clean them up and take off sinew because it's already been done. So next thing I'm going to do, we're going to put the lamb steaks in with the onions and garlic. You can hear sizzling, and we're going to put some of the spices on. One spice I forgot to mention I'm adding, not really a spice, but some fresh rose petals. And we're going to add that in later as well.
Now, like, this is important. I can look at it a little bit.
So we're going to now, we've got the lamb in, we're going to add our spices and they can all go in together. We'll cook those out for a little bit, add the dates and put it on the slow. I'm also now going to add some water in, just to give it a bit of moisture. Let's wash our hands. Give that another bit of a stir. Now I'm not adding salt because we add salt at the end, along with our rose petals. So now we're going to put the lid on and pressure cook this for 6 hours. Chopping up some almonds, they're raw almonds, and we're going to put these on the top of our lovely tagine. Okay, so we're going to have some accompaniments to go with it. So in my little container I've got a cup of couscous, I've got some edible rose petals and 2 teaspoons of butter. Now with this couscous, all you do is you just pour water over the top. I'd say about that much, and then we cover it, and that way the couscous will steam and you don't need to cook it. That's pretty much it. So that'll steam nicely. This is just a very basic couscous that you can get from the supermarket. There's another type of couscous called pearl couscous or Israeli couscous, and you need to cook that like a risotto, so it's a lot more time consuming. I've had a huge day today, so I just want to get it done pretty quick. I've added some rose petals and a pinch of my new vegetable salt from my favourite spice place in Melbourne, and we're just going to give that a stir in. I've turned it off, so yeah, look at that. That's marvellous. Okay, so we're just going to mix through our couscous. You can see that it's cooked, so that's only taken about 3 minutes. So we've got our rose petals in there and some of our vegetable salt. All right. And the butter, of course. Just excuse me. And there we have our lamb and date tagine. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay, now it's time for the best part, tasting.
I hope you like it.
That's very good.
Thank you, love.
You can tell all the spices in there.
Oh, good. It's a very Moroccan meal, that one.
Pretty good.
Thanks, love.
See you.